Last Tuesday, I woke up to 3 emails. My internet bill had just dropped by $34 a month. My phone plan was renegotiated to save me $22. And my landlord had received a formal, well-argued counter-proposal on my upcoming lease renewal. I did none of that. I was asleep, and AI did it, all of it, automatically. And today I'm going to show you exactly how, step by step, so you can set this up yourself before your next bill is even due. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Companies expect you to just pay. They count on your laziness. And AI just made that assumption their problem. Before I show you the tools, you need to understand one thing. Negotiating bills isn't hard, it never was. It just required time. Time to sit on hold, time to research competitor rates, time to write a compelling argument without sounding desperate. Most people, including me, honestly, just never bother, so we overpay, every month, for years. Here's what that actually costs. The average American household overpays on recurring bills by roughly $300 to $500 a year. Cable, internet, phone, subscriptions, insurance. Just sitting there being charged because nobody made the call, AI just made the call. The tools I'm about to show you automate the research, the writing, the timing, and in some cases, the actual negotiation conversation itself. Here's how. Okay, first tool. And this one is almost offensive in how simple it is. It's called Trim. And there's also Rocket Money. They work similarly, so I'll cover both. Here's what happens. You connect your bank account. The AI scans every recurring charge. It identifies which ones are negotiable. Internet, phone, cable, satellite, home security. And then it literally calls the provider on your behalf, uses trained negotiation scripts, and fights for a lower rate. You don't do anything, you get a notification when it's done. A guy named Marcus, real person, found him in a Reddit thread, connected Trim to his account, and forgot about it. 6 weeks later, he got an email. Trim had renegotiated his Comcast bill from $89 a month down to $54. That's $420 back in his pocket every year. He didn't know what was happening, he was at work. Trim takes a cut, usually 33% of the first year's savings. So on that $35 saving, they'd take about $138. Marcus still keeps $280, and it repeats every year if they can renegotiate again. Rocket Money works similarly, but also cancels subscriptions you've forgotten about. Both apps are free to start. Links in the description. Okay? This is the one people message me about. The rent negotiation, because rent is the big one. For most people, it's 30, 40, sometimes 50% of their income. And the idea that you can negotiate it feels impossible. Awkward, like you're asking for a favor, you're not. You're making a business argument. And AI is very, very good at business arguments. Here's the workflow. 3 tools, working together. Step 1, research with ChatGPT or Claude. I give it my zip code, my apartment specs, and my current rent. I ask it to write a market analysis. Current rental comps in my area, vacancy trends, average concessions landlords are offering right now. It pulls this together in about 2 minutes. Think about what that used to take. 2 hours on Zillow, apartments.com, Craigslist. Manually comparing listings, writing notes, trying to sound credible. Now it's a 2-minute prompt. Step 2, draft the letter with AI. I paste that market research back into the AI and say, write a professional, persuasive letter to my landlord requesting a rent reduction or a rent freeze at renewal based on this data. Keep it respectful, fact-based, and firm. What comes out is genuinely better than anything most tenants would write themselves. It cites the data, it acknowledges the landlord's position. It makes a specific ask. It's calm, it's confident. Step 3, send it at the right time. Timing matters here. The best window to send a rent negotiation letter is 60 to 90 days before your lease ends. That's when landlords are calculating whether it's worth the cost and hassle of finding a new tenant, which, by the way, typically costs them $1,000 to $3,000 in lost rent and fees. Your letter reminds them of that math. Politely, I want to be honest with you. This doesn't work 100% of the time. If you're in a tight market with a 2% vacancy rate, your landlord has leverage. But in most markets, especially right now with vacancy rates climbing in a lot of cities, it absolutely works. I've heard from readers who saved $50 a month, $100 a month. One person got 2 free months tacked onto their renewal. That's thousands of dollars from a letter the AI wrote in 3 minutes. All right, let's talk about the death by 1,000 subscriptions. You know what I mean. Netflix, Hulu, that meditation app you downloaded in February, the SaaS tool for a project you finished 8 months ago, the newspaper paywall you accidentally agreed to after a free trial. Go check your bank statement right now. Seriously, pause this video and look. I'll wait. Did you find something? Almost everyone does. Rocket Money and a tool called Nudge both use AI to scan for these, flag them, and let you cancel with one tap. But here's the upgrade. Some of these tools now negotiate your cancellation instead of just canceling. They'll call SiriusXM, your gym, your cable provider, and try to get you a retention deal before you walk. Because here's what companies don't advertise. Retention discounts exist. They're real. They're often 40 to 60% off. And they're only offered to people who threaten to leave. AI threatens to leave for you. On a schedule. Automatically. Now let's talk about the one bill people are most intimidated to touch. Insurance. Car insurance, renter's insurance, home insurance. People stay with the same provider for years, sometimes decades, because switching feels complicated and scary. Here's the reality. Insurance companies literally bank on that inertia. They call it price optimization. They quietly raise your premiums over time because their data shows loyal customers rarely leave. The longer you stay, the more you probably overpay. A tool called Insurify, and also the Zebra, uses AI to shop your insurance across dozens of providers simultaneously. In about 4 minutes, you get a side-by-side comparison of real quotes. No phone calls, no agents, no pressure. The average saving reported by Insurify users is around $996 a year on car insurance alone. Now I want to pause on that number, because that's not a rounding error. That's not, oh, you saved $8, almost $1,000 a year just from letting an AI spend 4 minutes doing what you never got around to doing. Set a calendar reminder. Every 12 months, run it again. Rates change, your situation changes, the market changes. This is now a 4-minute annual task. Okay, let's zoom out and look at the full picture. Because the real power here isn't any single tool, it's the stack, the system running in the background while you're living your life. Here's exactly how I've set this up. Layer 1, bill negotiation. Trim runs quarterly checks on my internet, phone, and cable. Get notified when they've negotiated something. I do nothing. Layer 2, subscription audit. Rocket Money flags any new recurring charges over $10. If I don't actively recognize it, I cancel or renegotiate within the week. Layer 3, rent. Every year, 75 days before my lease end date, I have a recurring calendar reminder. I run the AI research and draft workflow. Takes me 20 minutes. The letter goes out. I've done this twice now. Layer 4, insurance. Every November, renewal season, I run Insurify for car and renter's insurance. Takes 4 minutes. If I find something better, I switch. If not, I have the peace of mind knowing I'm not being overcharged. Add it up. This system saves me conservatively between $1,500 and $2,500 a year. In time, maybe 3 hours of total effort across the whole year. 3 hours, $1,500, minimum. That's a better hourly rate than most lawyers charge. Let's lock this in fast. 1. Trim and Rocket Money. AI negotiates your phone, internet, and cable, automatically. 2. ChatGPT or Claude. Researches comps and writes your rent negotiation letter. 3. Rocket Money and Nudge. Audits subscriptions and negotiates retention deals. 4. Insurify and the Zebra. Shops your insurance across dozens of providers in minutes. 5. The stack. All 4 running together. $1,500 to $2,500 back per year. Almost zero effort. Here's the mindset shift I want to leave you with. Every company you pay monthly has a retention team. A group of people whose entire job is to keep your money flowing to them at whatever price point you'll accept without complaining. You've been negotiating with one hand tied behind your back because you didn't have time, data, or confidence. AI just untied your hands. The people who build wealth, real, quiet, compounding wealth, aren't always the ones making the most money. They're the ones leaking the least. And right now, there's a category of leak that AI can seal almost automatically. So here's your action step for today. Not this week. Today. Download Rocket Money, connect your account, spend 10 minutes looking at what's coming out every month. That's it. That's step one. And if you want the exact prompt I use to write rent negotiation letters, the one that's worked twice for me personally, I've put it in a free template in the description. Copy it. Use it. It takes 20 minutes. If this was useful, subscribe. I drop practical AI money stuff every week, no fluff. And drop a comment. What's the one bill you're going to attack first? I read every reply. See you in the next one. See?